So, and if we're live, then people saw a little bit of behind the baseball pin, and there we go. Little voice inside my head saying that we're recording, Kathy. It looks like we're live. What do you think?
It
I think we
says
are.
we went live at least on one of our streams. Let me double check and make
Good.
sure that it is actually true before we actually start talking. Because, we don't like to talk about things that we want the public to hear about when the
That's right.
public isn't watching. So
True.
bear
Very,
with
very
us if
true.
you're already listening, because we just want to make sure the rest of the world can also hear us. Come on. Live on Facebook? Facebook, are you with me? Facebook, are you with me? Somebody let us know. Chime in. Are we live? It looks like we're live, Jason, at least on Facebook.
Oh,
YouTube is being
whew.
a little slow in confirming. So we're just going to
Yeah,
assume that one's working too. So,
that's a good assumption, Kathy. Good morning to you.
good morning. How are you this lovely Friday? I mean, this isn't a live picture or anything, but it sure feels like that's what it's doing out there right now.
Yes, I know. I
Yikes.
had to go back and forth between our two office buildings this morning, which is just a few hundred feet. But needless to say, if I didn't have either an umbrella or a very good waterproof jacket, I would have been completely drenched and unable to wear my favorite Star Wars shirt for today on Friday, which is Popcorn Friday here at work, but I like to have it
Woo!
Star Wars Friday. But
Nice.
Kathy, it is a pleasure to be here with you, and it's a pleasure to be with everyone that might be tuning in or even watching this later. We are just so happy to be here, even though it's raining. It's just a different season for us, and we're getting ready for that. And I just want to remind people: don't forget to like and subscribe us, please.
Right down
Subscribe.
there. Hit that
Yep,
like
that's all
button
you got to
now.
do. Hit that like
There's
button.
my microphone floating in the
Yes,
air.
there is the
Woo!
microphone floating in the air, but we got a pretty good topic today to talk about, Kathy. Just a little bit of that behind the curtain kind of bit, but it's kind of like
Mm-hmm.
what are we doing right now, right? We're going to kind of describe
Right.
a little bit about what we're doing.
Right. And why we do it. And,
Yeah.
I don't know about you, but I've had a really busy week doing outreach.
Yes.
And it is my favorite part of the job, I will say. And so I just want to thank everybody that tunes in and watches these shows, whether you're here with us live in the moment or whether you watch it later. The whole reason we do this and then leave them sitting there on Facebook and YouTube is so that you can interact with us and
Right.
we can do this outreach thing. This is one of those benefits that we get from the pandemic that is a lasting benefit that we are happy to have.
Yes.
We got the doors slammed on us literally and figuratively
Sure.
when the pandemic started, and we weren't allowed to go out and actually interact and reach the public and talk to
Right.
people and do these events. All of the events just came to a screeching
Yeah.
halt.
And that was a main part of our existence of what we
Right.
did.
Right. That's part of, transportation options and mobility management is
Yep.
getting out there and being with the public so
Mm-hmm.
that we can talk about what it is that we do. It's
Right.
the why behind what we do, what we do. And so we were both really excited. I was really grateful to get an invite to the veteran stand down that happened earlier
Woohoo.
this week.
Oh,
Jason, so
right.
thank you so much for that.
I'm telling you, Kathy, thank you very much for being there. The veteran stand downs are so important. And we run SETD does, host that program, which is the Veteran Enhanced Transportation Program. It's really, really important. If anything, just that we get out there and reach our veterans that need help, that need transportation from point A to point B, that need maybe further information on housing, jobs, you name it, medical care. Those are the things that these programs offer. And the stand down was a perfect place where all of these different services show up and have booths there, and even hot meals and something to drink and stuff. They even had tools there, Kathy.
Oh my
And
gosh,
it
there's
was
some
so
great
cool.
tools.
So we had a lot of fun while we were there, and I was glad that you were able to share that with me. If anything, definitely to be that tabling expert. You definitely know how to put a table on and talk to people, and so that's always good that we can get together and kind of form our powers together and go for it. But we not only had them, we had our volunteer drivers out there with us too, and a couple of other volunteers that helped us there. My daughters, love you,
Yes,
girls, if you're watching.
your daughters are great outreach
Yes.
people.
Yeah.
You know,
They did a
they're in
great job.
training, and
Yes.
you know, if they follow in our footsteps or train some other volunteers or
Yep.
want to help us host an event at some
Yes.
group meeting of
Yep.
their peers, so we can get more people to know about what is all out there and what's available, that is awesome. I mean, check that box for a win. I think, you know, that's really fantastic.
And we did that. And then, you know, by my amazement, and Kathy, yeah, you're definitely right. You were incredibly busy this week, and you had another outreach event that you did right after the veteran stand down. And what was that?
Consejo Hispano hosted a vaccine and cultural event. So they always pair these cultural events with also health events or outreach resources.
Right.
So
nice.
It was a celebration of Dia de los Muertos, and it was fantastic. They really did an amazing job decorating the space, and then also having community resources. So there was face painting, there was food, pan de muerto, there was atole and champurrada and loteria, and so it was for the whole family, and vaccines were available, and it was really well attended, so it was super fun. And then there was me, and I was there, and I was able to help people learn about how to get around and be safe when they're out there on their bicycles or walking.
Oh, great job.
And so much of the time, this time of year, our roads just aren't very well lit. And if you're out there walking, it's really hard to be safe if you don't have extra lights on, or, you know, to ride your bike if you don't have a helmet. And so it was fun in that atmosphere, especially with all of these fun people and families all hanging out and having a good time and doing their part to keep themselves safe on a health spectrum, to also be able to keep themselves safe when they're walking and being active by being well lit and having all of those things available. So, I mean, it was a long day, because, you know, when you start at 7 a.m. and you don't finish until after 9 o'clock at night, that's a long day. But I get so charged up from being able to be out there with people that it just felt really good. And so it's a good reminder. I'm babbling on, Jason, because
that's good.
Getting charged up from that again. Yeah. Because that's the whole reason for why we do what we do, right?
Yep. Right. And that's exactly right, Kathy. And that's what so we just are showing off on these last two really cool outreach event possibilities and the benefits of doing it and stuff. But you had a really good intro on maybe explaining the what and the who. And I was kind of wondering, Kathy, if you might be able to kind of go through and kind of describe for us why it's important for you. And of course, you know, we're like-minded on that. And then maybe we'll discuss, you know, some other items, you know, as to, you know, kind of breaking down what outreach actually means. A lot of people probably don't understand outreach. You know, I mean, I have to be honest with you. My outreach definition 15 years ago was about outreaching, you know, and it's really not that far off, is it? When you think about it, you got the physical act of reaching out to something, right? Mm-hmm. So what is outreach to you, Kathy? And then we'll jump into the other stuff.
Well, you know, in what we do, we're asking people to change behaviors, and we're asking them to do something that maybe people don't understand. And it's just a whole bunch of words, or it's concepts that don't mean anything to them. And so when you're doing outreach, you're not waiting for people to come to you to ask you questions, to ask, you know, to come to your place of work and say, hey, what is it that you do? And what do you have to offer here? It's you're going out into the public to say, hey, we want you to know that there's faces behind these things and people to support these projects. And if you have questions, look, we're just like you. We're people just like you, and we're happy to sit and chat with you about it, and we can talk to you, and instead of a concept, we'll just have a conversation. And we'll talk about what it is and why. Why should you put a light on? Why should you wear a reflective vest?
Sure.
Well, because we want you to be around for the next event. We want you to be here. We want your family to see you leave in the morning and come home at night.
Right.
Those are important things. And they're not just important to your family. They're important to us too.
So, Kathy, at the veterans stand down there, we had all the flashing lights and we were educating individuals on that. But there's one thing that, really, really did get to me. And I'm the one that asked them to come. So we had our volunteer drivers that would happen to be there and be present. Thankfully, there was a table right next to us that we kind of commandeered, right? But the idea, of going out there and reaching people and making better connections, well, in this case with our veterans, right? Wasn't it really cool every once in a while to look over and see them conversing with another veteran, right? Yeah, it was really neat. And they were talking about experiences that they have with the program. Our veterans were explaining in their own words what it's like to join the Veterans Enhanced Transportation Program and receive services. And you could just see the great connection there, right? And I mean, and for me, in creating those connections, that's really valuable. And these outreach events gives us that unique opportunity to do that, right?
Right, exactly. It gives us the opportunity to learn about other people and their experiences.
Sure.
And then we find the commonalities. And when we find those commonalities, we're able to communicate better. We're able to achieve our goals and whatever the other person's goals are in so much better of a way when we're on that same page, when we find those common goals.
So, Kathy, moving on to okay, so you're at your outreach event, and pick any outreach event that you have. I got to be honest with you, the one that we attended, I attended with you together with one of my daughter's faith. What was that one again?
That was the Consejo Hispano. That was another Consejo Hispano event. They've been putting on some great events. That was the Hispanic Latinx Heritage Cultural event, and what a great job they did.
Right. And so there we are at this event. And one of the things, and maybe you can speak to this a little bit, is, we have to kind of go into these events, right, with maybe the knowledge that there might be that one individual out there that has no clue about transportation, doesn't know what a bus is, doesn't know why bright, blinky, flashy lights are and stuff. So bringing us to them to show them that at any event is important, correct? We need to expose transportation to these people. Is that correct?
Absolutely, because over and over again, one of the things that I know you hear it too, that I hear is that people don't realize all of the options, and especially that we have public bus transportation in our little rural corner of Oregon.
Yeah, and that is amazing sometimes. Like we have these buses that go around. For those of you that don't know, we have our buses are adorned in great, graphic art wrap, on the buses and so forth. Some of them still have the old bicentennial graphics on there, but the newer ones have all those wonderful paintings or pictures of our local community and what our local community is to transportation. And so we're out there, we're running around. Don't forget that we're there, but also remember we have other programs like the Veterans Program. We have other programs like the paratransit. It's ADA specific transportation for adults, older adults, or persons with disabilities. We have those programs there, and that's a great thing, right? When we go to these events, that we can take those people that might not have a full understanding of that and really educate them on that, right?
And we also, you hear me talking about it all the time, that Get There website, Get There Connect, provides that extra layer of assistance, of coordination for people that don't qualify for ADA or don't qualify for transportation services, even for the veterans. there is a specific section of the Get There Connect website that is for veterans that will
Yes.
coordinate rides, carpool rides. So you
Yes.
can create carpool or ride sharing rides with just veterans.
Yep.
And so you just get in there, you log on, and you create an account, and it's super easy. And I say it's super easy, and if you get in there and you find out it's not super easy for you, well then, exactly what Jason's doing. Give me a call, send me an email, type it right down there in the comments, and I will
Yeah.
message you right back, and we'll set up a time to go through and set up our own personal outreach event so that
Oh
I can
man.
show
Yeah.
you how to get signed up. Jason can show you how to get signed up into those Go
Yes.
Vets or the Get There Connect website, and we can get some carpools, van pools, ride sharing. You can post, hey, I need to get to PDX on, a month from now
Yeah.
at noon.
Yep.
Anybody going that way? Oh,
Yeah.
hey, I need to go to Tillamook to the cheese factory, in a week at 2:00. Anybody
Yep.
going that way? We can create some ride sharing that way or
Yep.
carpooling, whether it's a regular thing or a one-off event.
Yeah.
The
And make
website works
sure
for both of those.
this is a wonderful piece of technology that took many hours to develop. Very talented individuals. They know what they're doing about connecting people. And so veterans, non-veterans, there's the Get There, or there's the Veterans Get There part of that. Go do it. It's a wonderful way to ensure that you're taken care of, because to be honest with you, we run these programs. I run a veteran. I know I'm not hitting all the veterans. I know that I'm not absorbing 100% of all the veterans that need assistance. So it takes more. And this program does a great job of that. And Kathy, you have been not only an advocate of that program, but just such a strong individual who brings people together, shows them how to do it, and not only shows them but encourages them to use it. So that's good. But it's really cool, Kathy, when we're at these outreach events, not only do you get to bring out those programs and show them off if you have to. I'm sure I came really close to at the veterans stand down of showing somebody on my phone, something on my phone, the Get There, excuse me, on the phone, but I didn't actually get to it. But we got to link up and talk to other vendors, right? We even had a friend of ours from Medford, Rogue Valley Transportation District. He was there, touting his program and linking up with him, or going to the tool section, right? And I went over there and I was talking to the guy from the tool section and sharing a unique, bond with tools, and said, hey, if you have anybody here who says, I like these tools, but I don't have transportation to go maybe to work, we'll send them my way, right? So we were networking there and linking up.
Right.
And I know, Kathy, that kind of stuff happens for you too, and that's exciting, right?
Yes. And I will say, that the veteran stand down was pretty amazing. There was all kinds of statewide and federal resources that were there. So
right.
The veteran services van was there, and they had gear available. So if you needed boots or a sleeping bag or,
right.
A doctor's services sign up or those kinds of things, they had all of the veteran services were available right there. If you needed to figure out, where, you lost your DD 214 or you needed paperwork, or, your spouse recently passed away and you needed to know what services were available and they were the military veteran and you aren't, or you're the military veteran and they're the veteran, and you need to figure out how to sort through all of that. And all of those services were available. And that was a really big, large scale event. So we had statewide people there.
Right.
But Jason and I can do small scale events too.
Oh, so sure. Absolutely.
If you are living in a senior living community and you frequently talk about, hey, we really want to be able to go out to lunch all together sometime, but you just don't know how to do it because you don't have a vehicle that'll fit everybody, or not enough people drive, or you don't want to get in a car with one driver and you want to go all together and be able to socialize while you're riding. Well, Jason and I can come by and we can do a travel training about how to organize everybody to get on the bus and take the bus from Astoria to Seaside or Seaside to Astoria, or go to the Maritime Museum. We can do a small scale
Yeah,
outreach event just like that.
and let me explain one thing too that a lot of people probably don't understand. We are very lucky here at this organization to be able to have not just a transportation options program specialist like yourself, and not just a mobility manager. We're together, right? Most places those two programs are very separate and they don't really work together. I'm not to say they don't work well together if they ever do get together, but Kathy and I have that opportunity. You get the best of both worlds. You get everything that Kathy is going to talk to you about regarding options and how to leverage options and how to maybe get new options in there. And then you get me to come along and travel train you to how to ride the bus or how to read a schedule or what the veterans program is. But the cool thing is Kathy and I are very intimately understand each other's programs. So when we come out and visit you, it's not like we're like, hey, here's Kathy first, and then here's Jason. There we go. No, we're very interconnected in what we do, and we help each other out. So it's just like you get this kind of this real good high definition picture of what's going on here. So yes, if you're out there and any kind of public, if you're a business, or if you are a home or something to that extent, or quite frankly, if you're another, government entity, please call us.
Absolutely.
And we'll put something together for you. It'd be fun.
So we'll have Jason be able to do some travel training, and I'll hook you up with van pooling options and how to get everybody there without driving their own vehicles. And
right.
If you have employee issues and you just can't get enough employees to your area because you're too far away from where people live, well, then let's get a van pool going. And then they don't have to pay for transportation.
And schools, all of our local schools, Seaside area, South County, please, Warrenton here, come on, in Astoria, let's all get together. We will come to a school. We will work with your life skills class or whatever class that you want us to come into. And hey, it has been on almost every occasion that I've went to the Astoria School District, we've brought a bus, I'll get a bus driver and we'll bring a bus, and there it is. And quite frankly, if we have enough time, it's usually not a problem to bring a bus to any big event that we're going to be doing, or even a small event, because sometimes it helps, doesn't it? To get somebody.
And those people out there watching us might be like, well, why would you bother to bring a bus?
Why would you bring a bus?
I would say for some people, just the mere fact of they don't know if they can make the step. They don't know what the process is once you get on. How do you buy your ticket? How do you show your ticket to the driver?
Yes.
If you've done it before, it may seem like second nature. But if you've never done it before, that could be a barrier. And we are all about reducing those barriers.
Absolutely,
You bring that bus in and you get somebody to be able to try it in a casual situation, such as school, with all your pals and buddies around.
There you go. Yep.
Well, then those barriers all go away.
Yeah. And I'm so thankful you talked about barriers, because yes, that's all we want to do is remove barriers. We want people to be able to access their local community, the lives that they might not be able to access otherwise. You don't have a vehicle. Maybe you don't have family around. We're here for you. Okay. And we want to put you on a bus. We want to make sure maybe if you are ADA paratransit applicable, we'll make that happen for you. Or maybe you are a person with a vehicle and you want to give back to the community a little bit. I can guarantee you, Kathy, will definitely be interested in talking to you and helping build up a carpool or a work van pool or something. Let's do that. Let's get together, community. Let's get out here, even in the rain, and let's figure this out. Okay, we're here for you.
We'll come out and talk to you about transportation.
Absolutely. We will take what we do at these outreach events and like I think you said, Kathy, we'll go to anything as small or as big. So we'll get it taken care of. But I tell you, just reaching out to the community, Kathy, is so important, and it's so much fun. And I'm glad that in some cases we get to experience it together, and in some cases we get to experience it individually. But the point is we're taking the message of transit and transportation options and healthy outcomes of individuals being able to just get and access their community. We're bringing that message to the people, and I hope they are listening. Clatsop County.
I just want to, kind of reflect back. We're going to reflect back to the veteran stand down again.
Yes.
And I just would love it if you would just share a little bit about at least one instance during the stand down that you made a difference in a couple people's lives. And it wasn't just, you didn't just stand there and point, well, you need to go over there. You actually physically took those people
Oh
to
yeah.
the bus stop. And why?
Yeah,
Why do you do that?
because I think that falls right into the creating a network and really getting better connections and exposing people to transit. Two individuals were at another booth talking about something, and they mentioned, well, we can't do what you're offering because we don't know how to use the system. We don't know where to go. And so that booth operator comes to me and says, hey, I've got a couple of individuals, veterans, who need help getting to where they need to go. They don't know how to use the bus. Okay, so hey, just send them my way when you're done. And sure enough, they come over, and I've found out what they needed right away, and I felt confident, obviously enough, with Kathy there, man in the booth, that I could take them out and do a piece of actual foot on the ground travel training, which they needed. They needed to know where the Route 101 was going to pick them up. So as I'm walking out with them, we're looking at the schedule, and I'm telling them how to read our schedules. I'm saying where they're going to need to pick the bus up at, and then also showing them where yet another services for them, or another area of information, which is our Seaside Transit office, that if while they're walking in that direction, they want to either get out of the rain or just go confirm where they're walking, they could walk in there and talk to our transportation support specialist and then make their way. But I had to walk with them a little ways. I told them they were going to go take a right, take a left, and they're going to be where they need to be. They're going to have to cross a busy intersection, so to make sure to get to the crosswalk and so forth. So why was that important? Maybe they already knew what they were doing. Maybe they know how to walk, obviously, but it's just part of what it means to just make sure that when you're providing information to people, you give them everything that they need. Mm-hmm. And if it's more than what they need, at least it's more and not less than what they need. And so that's what we did. We took them out. I felt confident to walk away from the booth for more than 5 minutes or so and really engage with them. I may never see them again, but the point is I engaged with them. I developed a short relationship with them. They felt confident, and they went upon their way. They were very thankful, and that was fun. It was good. It was good to interact with them and help them on their way. So, and then, of course, we had a lady who really, really needed to understand the process of being in our Veterans Enhanced Transportation Program. She just needed to know more information. And you know what I did? I'm so thankful that our drivers were there. So because she was able to walk right over there, and all of the little intricate questions that I don't even know, because they're the one doing the driving, right? What kind of vehicle do you have? And she was able to kind of talk to them about what kind of vehicle it is and what it would be like to step up into the vehicle. Again, networking and getting people information and inspiring others to use the service and not just know about it and then put it off to the side. Use it. So that's the reason why we did it.
Taking the time to listen.
That's really right.
Makes a difference in people's lives. And that's what we're here for. We're here to take the time to listen and to help you get to where you need to go without needing a car by yourself.
Yep.
And so
exactly.
That's what we're all about.
Well, Kathy, we talked about an exciting topic of outreach and why we do it, why it's important and stuff. But here we are in this show. You talked about this show, right? We're outreaching here. So I'm going to leave it. I'm going to kick it off to you here for the ending, but contact us, please. If you need anything, we're here for you. We say it all the time. Okay. You can either message us, you could call us. If you see us on the side of the road somewhere, just go give us a holler, whatever. Let us know that you need assistance. It is what we're here for. We are here to be there for you. So do not feel that there's a barrier to, at the very least, talking to us. We'll do anything we can to help you. So we're here for you, community. Clatsop County, please trust us. We'll be there for you. Okay.
Yes. If you want your own personal outreach event for your own group, let us know. If you're out there walking and biking and you need lights or a helmet, let us know.
Absolutely.
That's what we're here for. And on that note, it's raining. It's raining
It
cats
is.
and dogs. It's pouring down. It's going to fill those rivers. It's going to fill the streams. If you don't need to be out there, especially after dark today, don't be. Those rivers are going to rise. The water's really coming down. We might even see some snow in the pass this weekend. So just be aware.
Careful.
Make sure you're checking Trip Check before you go anywhere. even if you think it's not very far. If you're going from Seaside to Astoria or Astoria to Cannon Beach, make sure you check Trip Check first, because there's trees coming down all over the place. There's high winds. There's high water. We want you to be as safe as possible and not be stuck out there on the road.
That's right.
So,
be safe out there, community, please. All right.
Have a great weekend. We'll see you right back here next week for another transportation talk. Jason, you take care of yourself and that lovely family of yours.
Will do. You take care, okay?